Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Guru Dev Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorkishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Nityal Pravishta Vaiṣṇava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupanu Korya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shad Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sarva Abhishta Bharata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaiṣṇava Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata Ki Jai Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Hari Bo Champak Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji Dandavat Pranams, and I see there's one other person there. Pranams, whoever you are. Alright, we'll start with Mangalacharan. Today's going to be a short reading. Okay. Oops, what am I doing? Ajnanatimidandhasya jnananjana shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ajanulambita bhujao Kanakavadato Sankirtanaikapitaro Kamalayataksho Vishvambharo Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha Jai 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 Vishvambhara Dvijaraj Jai Vishvambhara Priya Vaishnava Samaj Gaurachandra Jai Dharma Setu Mahadir Jai Sankirtanamoy Sundara Sharir Jaya Nityanandir Bandhava Dhana Pran Jaya Gadādhara Advaitera Prema Dham Jaya Shri Jagarananda Priya Atishay Jai Vakreshwar Kashishwarer Hriday Jai Jai Shri Vasadi Priya Varganath Jiva prati koro prabhu shubha drishtipat. Madhya-khaṇḍa katha jeno amriter khanda. Je katha shunile ghuche antar pashanda. Madhya-khaṇḍa katha bhai shuno ekachitte. Sankirtana aramba hoilo jeno mate. Oh, dear brothers, please hear attentively the topics of Madhya-khaṇḍa, wherein the inauguration of the Sankirtan pastimes is described. Tavaivasmi, tavaivasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, eti vegyaya devi tvam, nayamam charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai, क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितरङ्ग मध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासारि गौर भक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ore mura loka shuno Chaitanya mangal. Chaitanya Mahima Jate Jani Beshakal Krishna Lila Bhagavate Kohe Ved Vyas Chaitanya Lila Vyas Vrindavana Dasa Koilo Chaitanya Mangal Jahara Shavane Nashe Sarvaya Mangal Chaitanya Nitar Jate Jani Mahima जाते जाने कृष्ण भक्ति सिद्धांतेर सीमा भागवते जत भक्ति सिद्धांतेर सार लिखिया चेन इहाँ जानी कोरिया उधार चैतन्य मंगल सुने जदि पाषंदी जवान से हो महावैष्णव होय ततक्षण मनुष्य रचिते नारे ऐच्छे ग्रंथ धन्य Vrindavana dasa mukhe vakta Śrī Caitanya Vrindavana dasa pade koti namaskar Aiche granta kori teho tarila sangsar Narayani Chaitanya ruchishta bhajan Tar garbhe janmila Śrī dasa Vrindavan तार की अद्भुत चैतन्य चारिता वर्णन जहाँ श्रवणे शुद्ध कोयल त्रिभुवन सहजे विचित्र मधुर चैतन्य विहार वृंदावन दास मुखे अमृतेर धार वृंदावन दास मुखे अमृतेर धार. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet, and when they are described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. The Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai Shri Swapashaji Gaura Hari ki Jai. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat Pranams, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, and Ganga Mataji, Hari Bol. And I see there are a few other people watching there, 3 other devotees on YouTube or Facebook. Pranams, whoever you are. If you write a comment, I can see your name. All right, so we are continuing on with our reading of chapter 7. We don't have that much to read today. 1 second, we don't have that much to read today, but I actually kind of want to go, I want to end early today if possible, because I'm now just, I really want to think a lot more about this program that I'm starting on Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's, on his disappearance day on 31st December. It's going to be a daily program which will run throughout all of 2024 and maybe beyond. And I'm trying to think of a name right now. One idea I have is, like right now I wrote daily devotional journaling, but I don't really like that. And I want it to be a bit more open for not just journaling, but for, so I'm thinking of maybe the daily sankalpa reflection, or something to do with intent, like, because what it is, it's a program to whatever you intend to do, and it's then at least we carve out half an hour every single day, and we have a support group to help us do that thing, whatever it is, every single day. But yeah, the program's really about being very intentional, and whatever our sankalpa is, to, it's to never forget it, and to always reflect on how I'm following through with my sankalpa, with my intention, anyways, I wanna like, I just started brainstorming like 10 minutes before I started the reading, and then I started getting like ideas and stuff, and I wanna get back to that. So I'm gonna end early. That's all. If you have any ideas though, please share with me. Sorry about all that. Okay. So chapter 7, the meeting of Gadādhara and Puṇḍarīka. Okay, since this is, we only have like 3,000 something words to read today, so we'll read this full katasar and this synopsis of, and then we'll also read the verses up to where we read. The translations, I mean. Okay. Haribol Sudevi Didi, Dandavat Pranam. Okay, so this chapter describes the topics of Nityananda's stay at the house of Srivas Pandit, Malini's service to Nityananda in the mood of Vatsalya, Mahaprabhu shedding tears while reciting the name Puṇḍarīka, Gadādhara and Mukunda's visit to Vidyānidhi, Gadādhara's doubt on seeing Vidyānidhi's opulent surroundings, Puṇḍarīka's transformations of ecstatic love on hearing Mukunda's recitation of a verse from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Gadādhara's proposal to accept initiation from Vidyānidhi in order to manifest the pastime of counteracting the offense committed against the Vaiṣṇava, and Puṇḍarīka's approval of this proposal. Okay, so that's the very brief synopsis. Now here's a more detailed synopsis. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu continued to reside at the house of Srivas in Sridham Mayapur. At that time, he constantly remained absorbed in the mood of a child. In Malini Devi, she served Nityananda as her own son. One day, when Mahaprabhu called out the name of his dear associate Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, and he began to cry, the devotees could not understand his intention, and inquired they inquired about this from Mahaprabhu. The Lord informs the devotees about the identity of Vidyānidhi, and also informs them that Vidyānidhi would soon arrive in Śrī Mayapur. Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi then came, and he enacted pastimes of a gross materialist while secretly residing in Navadvip. Since Mukunda, the best of the Vaishnavas, appeared in Chattagram, he was conversant with the glories of Vidyānidhi. As the indwelling supersoul, Mahaprabhu was happy to know of Puṇḍarīka's arrival, but he did not disclose the news to anyone. Vasudeva and Mukunda were fully acquainted with the glories of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. One day, promising to show him a wonderful Vaishnava, Mukunda took Gadādhara to Vidyānidhi, who inquired from Mukunda about the identity of Gadādhara. When Mukunda informed Vidyānidhi about the identity of Gadādhara, Vidyānidhi was very pleased and began to converse with him. On seeing Vidyānidhi's activities, such as chewing betel nuts like a materialist while sitting on an opulent throne, Gadādhara, who was renounced since birth, became somewhat doubtful. At that time, Mukunda, who knew very well the heart of Gadādhara, recited a verse from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam indicating the glories of Sri Krishna. As soon as Puṇḍarīka heard this verse, he could not control himself. He fell unconscious to the ground due to love of God, and various transformations of ecstatic love manifested in his body. By his kicking, all the surrounding items were scattered here and there. On realizing Vidyānidhi's exalted position, Gadādhara began to repent on account of being disrespectful to him, and proposed to Mukunda that he would counteract his offense by taking initiation from Vidyānidhi. Learning the intention of Gadādhara, Mukunda became happy and praised him. After about 6 hours, Vidyānidhi regained his external consciousness. When Vidyānidhi saw that Gadādhara's eyes were filled with tears, he embraced him affectionately, and Gadādhara stood there with great awe and reverence. Thereafter, when Mukunda informed Vidyānidhi about Gadādhara's desire, Vidyānidhi happily praised his own good fortune for receiving such a disciple. He then fixed an auspicious day for awarding initiation to Gadādhara. One time, late at night, Vidyānidhi came to Mahaprabhu, and due to ecstatic love, could not offer obeisances to the Lord. He fell unconscious to the ground, and after regaining consciousness shortly thereafter, he began to cry with various words of lamentation. On seeing his dearmost devotee, Mahaprabhu also began to cry while uttering his name. Mahaprabhu embraced Vidyānidhi and shed tears of love. Thereafter, when Mahaprabhu regained his external consciousness, he introduced Vidyānidhi to all the Vaiṣṇavas and profusely glorified him. After regaining external consciousness, Vidyānidhi offered obeisances to Mahaprabhu and showed due respects to the assembled Vaishnavas. When Gadādhara begged Mahaprabhu's permission to take the initiation from Vidyānidhi in order to counteract his offense of disregarding Vidyānidhi, the Lord happily gave his approval. Thereafter, Gadādhara took initiation from Vidyānidhi. Okay, so now we'll read the translations up to verse 74. Lord Chaitanya, the reservoir of transcendental qualities, is dancing wonderfully. Although I am without qualification, Providence has given me this touchstone. Providence has given me this touchstone. One second. All glories to Śrī Gaurasundar, the life and soul of all. All glories to the abode of Nityananda's and Advaita's love. All glories to the life and soul of Śrī Jagadananda and Śrī Garbha. All glories to the wealth and life of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. One second, let me just make sure my mic is plugged. Is it working? Yes, it is. Okay. All glories to the Lord of Jagadish and Gopinath. All glories to the associates of Lord Gaurachandra. In this way, Śrī Gauranga Rai constantly enjoyed various pastimes with Nityananda in Navadvip. All the devotees accompanied Advaita in dancing and loudly chanting the names of Krishna. Nityananda continued to reside in the house of Srivas Pandit. He was constantly in the mood of a child and did not manifest any other mood. Hari Bol Shubhananda Prabhu. He would not eat rice with his own hands, so Malini fed him as her own son. What is it in that song that Stana Jhare Nitre Vahe Pani? I think that's what it says. Yeah. Malini, she would sit, it's in the song that we sang recently, Sapta Deepa Deepta Kori. Yeah. Okay, so this is a song in glorification of Nityananda Prabhu, of Srivas Thakur, And it says, Jar bharja Shri Malini, Pati Vrata Shiromani, Jare Prabhu Kohoye Janani, Nityananda Rahe Ghare, Putra Sama Sneha Kore, Stana Jhare, Netre Vahe Pani. His wife, Srivas Pandit's wife, Shri Malini Devi, whom Mahaprabhu calls mother, is the crown jewel of all chaste women. Nityananda Prabhu resides in their house, and she loves him as her own son. When she sees Nityananda Prabhu, milk flows from her breasts and tears fall from her eyes. Nityananda rahe ghare, putra sama sneha kore, stan jhare, netre bahe pani. Okay. He would not eat rice with his own hands, so Malini fed him as her own son. Haribo, Nari Hari Prabhu, and Bhavatarani Mataji. One second. Okay, now hear the description of Sri Vidyānidhi's arrival. His name was Puṇḍarīka, and he was very dear to Lord Krishna. In order to glorify the eastern tract of land known as Chattagram, the Supreme Lord induced him to appear there. Although the Lord personally appeared in Navadvip, he sighed deeply because of not seeing Vidyānidhi there. First he did that with Nityananda, and now he's doing it with Vidyānidhi. One day, after dancing, Gaura sat down and cried loudly as he exclaimed, "Oh, my father, Puṇḍarīka! Oh, Puṇḍarīka, my father! Oh, friend! When will I see you, my dear father?" Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was such a dear associate of Lord Chaitanya. Gaura manifested many such devotees in this world. The devotees could not at all understand why the Lord cried while calling this name. They said that Puṇḍarīka refers to Krishna, but on hearing the name Vidyānidhi, they began to consider. They understood that he must be a dear devotee of the Lord. When the Lord regained his external consciousness, they all inquired from him, "O Lord, for which devotee do you cry? Please tell us the truth. Let us have the good fortune of knowing him. Please tell us where he was born and what are his activities." The Lord replied, "You are all indeed fortunate, for you have developed a desire to hear about him. All his characteristics are most wonderful. Simply by hearing his name, the entire world becomes purified. His external appearance is just like a materialist. No one can recognize him as a Vaiṣṇava. He took birth in Chattagram and he is a greatly learned Brahmana. He is expert in following his religious duties and is honored by all. He constantly floats in the ocean of devotional service to Krishna. His body is decorated with the symptoms of ecstatic love, like tears, shivering, and hairs standing on end. He does not take bath in the Ganga, for he fears touching her waters with his feet. He takes darshan of the Ganga only at night. Many people disrespect the Ganga by rinsing their mouths, brushing their teeth, and washing their hair in her waters. On seeing these activities, he feels pain at heart. For this reason, he goes to see the Ganga at night. Now hear another of his wonderful characteristics. He drinks the water of the Ganga before worshipping the Lord. Then he worships the Lord and executes his other regular duties. In this way, he teaches religious principles to all learned scholars. He lives in Chattagram, yet he also has a house here. He will come soon, then you will all see him. On seeing him, none of you will immediately recognize him. Rather, you will simply consider him a materialist. I cannot have peace of mind without seeing him. Therefore, all of you attract him to come here. After speaking in this way, the Lord became overwhelmed and began to cry and call out, "Oh, Puṇḍarīka, my father! Puṇḍarīka Bap!" The Lord cried loudly. Only he knows the glories of his devotees. Lord Chaitanya alone knows the glories of his devotees. Only one whom he favors may also know them. In this way, the Lord attracted Puṇḍarīka, who thus decided to visit Navadvip. He came with many servants, brahmanas, disciples, devotees, and paraphernalia. He came and secretly resided in Navadvip, where everyone saw him as a gross materialist. None of the Vaishnavas knew him except Mukunda, who immediately recognized him. The learned doctor Śrī Mukunda knew him, for they were both born in Chattagram. The Lord was unlimitedly happy to know about the arrival of Vidyānidhi. But the Lord did not disclose this fact to any of the Vaishnavas. Puṇḍarīka appeared to be just like a materialist. Only Mukunda and Vasudeva Datta knew the glories of his ecstatic love. Gadādhara Pandit was very dear to Mukunda. He was a constant companion of Mukunda. Whatever news Mukunda heard, he would tell to Gadādhara. One day he said, "Today a wonderful Vaishnava has arrived." "Oh, Gadādhara Pandit, listen carefully. Would you like to see a Vaishnava? Today I will show you a wonderful Vaishnava, so that you may think of me as your servant." On hearing this, Gadādhara became very pleased. They immediately departed while chanting the name of Krishna. Vidyānidhi Mahashaya was sitting in his house when Gadādhara arrived before him. Gadādhara Pandit offered obeisances to Puṇḍarīka, who in turn offered him a seat. Vidyānidhi asked Mukunda, "What is his name and where does he live? I can see that his body is effulgent due to his devotion to Vishnu. His appearance and nature are both enchanting." Mukunda said, "His name is Śrī Gadādhara. He is fortunate because since his childhood he has been detached from family life. He is known as the son of Madhav Mishra. All the Vaishnavas have great affection for him." He is constantly engaged in devotional service and always associates with devotees. On hearing your name, he came to see you. Vidyānidhi was greatly satisfied to hear this and began to speak to him with great respect. The way Puṇḍarīka Mahashaya sat there, it appeared as if he were a prince. He sat on an opulent reddish couch decorated with brass armrests. There were 3 opulent canopies above his head. Next to him, there was an opulent bed covered with fine silk cloth and having pillows on all sides. There were 5 or 7 big and small water pots. There was an opulent brass container filled with already prepared pan. 2 opulent spittoons were on his 2 sides. He smiled as he chewed pan and looked at his lips. Two persons constantly fanned him with opulent fans made from peacock feathers. His forehead was decorated with sandalwood paste tilak and dots of sandalwood paste mixed with vermilion. By the influence of devotional service, his body appeared like that of Cupid. Anyone who did not know him would certainly consider him a prince. In front was a wonderful palanquin equipped with all accessories. By his paraphernalia, he appeared to be a materialist. On seeing his materialistic form, some doubt arose in the heart of Śrī Gadādhara. Gadādhara Mahashaya had been renounced from the time of his birth, so he developed some doubts about Vidyānidhi. He is a great Vaiṣṇava? His appearance with his opulent foodstuffs, opulent dress, and opulent hairstyle is completely like that of a materialist. Gadādhara had good faith in him after hearing about him, but now that he saw him, that faith was lost. Understanding the heart of Gadādhara, Śrī Mukunda happily began to reveal Vidyānidhi's glories. By the mercy of Krishna, nothing is unseen or unknown to Gadādhara, for Krishna is the Lord of Maya. Then Mukunda, who sweetly sings the glories of Krishna, he began to recite some verses glorifying devotional service. Bhakti Mahima. Okay, so that's where we read up to yesterday. Now we will continue from this point on, and we'll complete the chapter. Rakshasi putana shishu kaite nirdaya Ishvare vadhite gela kala kutaloya. So Mukunda recited this verse in front of him. The witch Putana mercilessly kills children, and she tried to kill the Lord with poison. Tahare o matri pada delen ishvare na bhaje abodha jiva heno doyalere. Yet the Lord awarded her the position of mother. How can a foolish person not worship such a merciful Lord? Here's the Sanskrit verse. 1 second, I just need to stretch. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here's the verse. Famous verse from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam jigam sayapayayarapya sadvi lebhe gatim dhatruchitam tatonyam kangva dayalum sharanam vrajema. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he, who granted the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, although she was unfaithful, and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Putana lokabaligni rakshasi rudirashana jigangshayapi haraye stanam dattva pasargatim. Putana was always hankering from the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breast to the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. Shunilen matra bhakti joger varnan Vidyānidhi lagilen korite krandan Nayane apurva vahe Shri ananda dhar Jeno Ganga Devir hoilo avatar Ashrukampa Shveda Murcha Pulaka Hunkar Ekakale hoilo sabar avatar. As soon as Vidyānidhi heard this description of devotional service, he began to weep. The unprecedented flow of tears from his eyes appeared like an incarnation of Ganga Devi. All the symptoms of ecstatic love, like tears, shivering, perspiration, losing consciousness, hairs standing on end, and loud shouting, simultaneously manifested in his body. Gaudiya Bhashya by Śrīla Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. As soon as Vidyānidhi heard the singer Mukunda's recitation of the glories of devotional service, he became absorbed in ecstasy, and the 8 genuine transformations of ecstatic love manifested in his body. Bolo bolo boli maha lagila garjite, sthir hoite na parila, porila bhumite. He roared loudly while exclaiming, "Go on reciting! Go on reciting!" He could not remain steady, and he fell to the ground. Lati acharer ghaye, jatika sambhar, bhangilo shakal rakha nahi karo ar. He broke all the surrounding paraphernalia by the kicking of his feet. Nothing was spared. Kota gela divya bata, divya guapan. Kota gela jhari jate kore jalapan. What happens to the opulent pond container and the nicely prepared pond? What happens to the water pots that were used for drinking water? Kotai porilo gia shaya pada ghate, prema-vikāra divya vastra chire dui hate. Where did the bell fall by the kick of his feet? Out of ecstatic love, he tore apart his opulent clothes with his two hands. Kota gelo sheva divya kesher sanskar, dhulai lotai kore krandana apar. What happened to his opulently styled hair as he rolled on the ground and cried profusely? Krishna re Thakur mor, Krishna mora pran, more she korile kashta pashana saman. O Krishna, O my Lord, O Krishna, O my life and soul, you have made my heart hard like wood or stone. Anutapa koriya kandaye uchaisware, muishe vanchita hoilo heno avatare. He lamented and cried loudly. He said, "In your present incarnation, I have been deceived. Mahagaragari diya je pare achara, shabe mane bhave kiva churna hoilo hada." He fell to the ground and rolled about so forcefully that everyone thought, "Have his bones been broken to pieces?" Heno she hoilo kampa bhaver vikare, dasha jane dhorile o dhorite na pare. He shivered so vigorously out of ecstatic love that even 10 men could not hold him still. Vastra shaya jhari bati shakal sambhar, paraghate shab gela kichu nahi ar. Clothes, bedding, water pots, bowls, and all other paraphernalia were smashed by the kicking of his feet. There is not a single item spared. Shevaka shakal je korilo samvaran, shakala rohilo she vyavahara dhan. All of his servants then pacified him and tried to recover what was left. E mata kotokhon prema prakashiya, anande murchita hoy thakila poriya. After revealing his ecstatic love for some time in this way, he remained lying there, unconscious in ecstasy. Tila matra dhatu nahi shakal sharire, dubilen Vidyānidhi ananda sagare. Vidyānidhi was completely merged in an ocean of bliss, with no symptom of life manifest in his entire body. Dekhi Gadādhara maha hoila vismita, tokhono she mone boro hoila chintita. Heno mahashai ami avagya korilo, kon va ashubha khane dekhite ailo. After seeing this, Gadādhara was struck with wonder and became somewhat worried. He said, "I have disrespected such a great personality. At what inauspicious time did I come to see him?" Gaudiya Bhashya. On seeing Vidyānidhi Mahashai's opulent paraphernalia and his expertise in enjoying those items, Gadādhara Pandit concluded that he was devoid of devotional service to the Lord. But Vidyānidhi's exhibition of indifference towards those items and his ecstatic transformations of love upon hearing Mukunda's recitation about the mercy of Krishna that mercy, hearing Mukunda's recitation about the mercy Krishna bestowed on Putana, that produced astonishment in Gadādhara's heart, seeing his exhibitions of indifference and ecstatic transformations of love. Gadādhara knew how ordinary foolish people are absorbed in enjoying form, taste, smell, touch, sound, and sounds. So he was struck with wonder after witnessing how Vidyānidhi Mahashaya was completely aloof from those objects while remaining in their proximity, and how he remained always anxious for the service of Krishna on the strength of his internal tendency. And after Gadādhara considered such a Mahabhagavat equal to an ordinary materialist, he became worried, thinking that he had committed Vaiṣṇava aparad. Mukundera parama santoshe kori kole, sinchilen angatar prema-nanda jale. Gadādhara Pandit embraced Mukunda with great satisfaction and bathed him in tears of love. Mukunda amar tumi koile bandhu karja, dekhaile bhakta Vidyānidhi bhattacharya. O Mukunda, you have acted as my real friend, for you have shown me the great devotee Vidyānidhi Bhattacharya. Gaudiya Bhashya. Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was actually Bhakti Vidyānidhi. Generally, people simply called him Vidyānidhi. By realizing the actual position of Bhakti Vidyānidhi, Gadādhara established a distinction between the vision of the devotees and that of the foolish materialists. Those who have no faith in the characteristics of the Lord's devotees often consider the activities of the non-devotees as equal to the activities of the devotees. Puṇḍarīka and Gadādhara enacted this pastime in Śrī Gaura-līla to exhibit the insignificance of non-devotees who exhibit ignorance in the discrimination between devotees and non-devotees, and who fall into illusion because of not understanding why the members of the Śrī Navadip Dham Pracharini Sabha and the servants of the Śrī Vishva Vaiṣṇava Raj Sabha respects devotees by awarding them titles indicating their level of devotional service. Yeah, every year at the time of Gaur Purnima, various sevaks in the serving Śrī Caitanya Mat and the other branches of the Gaudiya Mat, they would get titles. It was called the Gaur Ashirvad Patra, the certificate of Gaur's blessing. And Param Gurudev got the title Kriti Ratna, and many different, we've read about the different titles that different devotees would get. E mata Vaiṣṇava kiva achet. Wait, I just want to see what Srila Saraswati Thakur said about that again, though. So Puṇḍarīka and Gadādhara enacted this pastime in Śrī Gaura-līla to exhibit the insignificance of non-devotees who exhibit ignorance and the discrimination between devotees and non-devotees, and who fall into illusion because of not understanding why the members of Śrī Navadip Dham Pracharini Sabha, why they respect devotees by awarding them titles indicating their level of devotional service. Okay. E mata Vaiṣṇava kiva ache tribhuvane triloka pavitra hoy bhakti darashane. So the Gadādhara Pandit said, O Mukunda, you have acted as my real friends, for you have shown me the great devotee Vidyānidhi Bhattacharya. Is there another Vaishnava like him in the three worlds? In fact, the three worlds become purified by seeing his devotional service. Aji ami eraino parama sankate, sheho je karana tumi achila nikate. I was able to avoid a great danger because you were with me. Gaudiya Bhashya. Since Mukunda gave Gadādhara Pandit the opportunity to see Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi's devotional mood and destroyed the danger from the Vaiṣṇava aparad of seeing the great Vaishnava Puṇḍarīka as an ordinary human in Gadādhara's pastime of illusion while pretending to see Vidyānidhi on the same level as a gross materialist, Gadādhara Pandit spoke this statement out of gratitude for Mukunda's recitation. If materialists cannot understand the activities and behavior of Vaishnavas, then they will commit mistakes at every moment and accumulate heaps of offenses against the Vaishnavas. But if they are pious enough, then they will not commit Vaishnava parad and thereby become misguided. One cannot obtain the result of yukta vairagya or proper renunciation through falgu vairagya or false renunciation. Rather, one simply accumulates offenses resulting from a lack of proper vision. Since devotees under the shelter of Śrī Caitanya understand the difference between yukta vairagya and falgu vairagya, they are superior in all respects to the ordinary foolish, greedy people of this world. Only they are capable of acting as spiritual masters of the entire world. Persons with material vision who are not under the subordination of Śrī Caitanya-dev glorify their own foolishness. Vishayira parichada dekhiya uhana, Vishay Vaiṣṇava mor chitte hoilo gyan, Bujiya amar chitta tumi mahashay, Prakashila Puṇḍarīka bhaktir uday. On seeing his materialistic appearance, I considered him a materialistic Vaishnava. You understood my mind and revealed the devotional mood of Puṇḍarīka. Gaudiya Bhashya. Vaishnavas are always free from material enjoyment. Those unfortunate souls who are averse to the truth become devoid of faith in the Vaishnava Guru on seeing his external dress. A materialist is busy enjoying material objects like form and taste. But even though devotees of the Lord who are devoid of material enjoyment are identified by ordinary people as enjoyers of material objects, they are situated far away from material enjoyment. Krishna alone is the Vishay, or object of the devotee's enjoyment. They have no other propensity than the service of Krishna. Not understanding this, materialists consider that devotees are situated on the same platform as themselves. To superficially view a Vaishnava dressed as a materialist and consider him a materialist is a source of offenses. The way that unqualified observers viewed Sri Gaurasundar, the covered incarnation, and his associates, has produced the beliefs of the Prakrit Sahajas. The Prakrit Sahajas are offenders and are devoid of devotional service to the Lord. To not understand Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi as a Vaishnava, as stated by Mukunda, and to consider him a materialist on seeing his external behavior and surrounded by items of enjoyment, is a product of ignorance. Knowing this, it was necessary for Mukunda to recite the verses about Putana before Puṇḍarīka. Jotokhani ami koriyachi aparad, Totokhani koraiba chitter prasad. I have committed an offense, so please have him bestow mercy on me so that my offense is nullified. Gaudiya Bhashya. Gadādhara said, not understanding Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, I have committed an offense at his lotus feet. Now, you, Mukunda, please be merciful to me in order to help destroy my offense. Thus the dirt in my heart will be cleansed, and I will become qualified to receive your mercy. E pate pravishta jata shaba bhakta gane, upadeshta avashya koren eka jane. All devotees on the path of devotional service must have a spiritual master. E patete ami upadeshta nahi kori, ihane stane mantra upadesha dhori. Ihane avagya jata kori achi mane, shishya hoile shab dosha komibe apane. So far, I do not have an instructor. My desire is to take mantra initiation from him. If I become his disciple, then he will forgive all the offenses I have committed by disregarding him. Gaudiya Bhashya. Gadādhara said, there are instructions for every activity, and unless one takes shelter of an instructor, he cannot properly execute any activity. Since I have not yet selected an instructor, I had to face this difficulty. Now I will certainly take shelter of Puṇḍarīka. Then all my offenses at his feet will be vanquished. Eto bhabi Gadādhara Mukunder sthane diksha kori barakhata kohilen tane. After contemplating in this way, Gadādhara expressed to Mukunda his desire to take initiation from Puṇḍarīka. Shuniya Mukunda boro santosha hoila, bhalo bhalo boli boro shlaghite lagila. On hearing his proposal, Mukunda was greatly satisfied. He glorified that proposal by saying, very good, very good. Prahar duite Vidyānidhi mahadhir, bahya pae boshilen hoya susthir. After 6 hours, the most grave Vidyānidhi regained his external consciousness and sat down peacefully. Gaudiya Bhashya. Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was engaged in the service of Hari in an unconscious state for 2 prahars, or 15 dandas, or 6 hours. When he regained his external consciousness, he became peaceful. Gadādhara panditer nayaner jal, antanahi dhara anga titila shakal. Gadādhara Pandit's unlimited tears made his entire body wet. Dekhiya santosha Vidyānidhi mahashai, kole kori thuilen apana hriday. Seeing this, Vidyānidhi Mahashai was most pleased. He embraced Gadādhara and held him to his chest. Parama sambhrame rohilen Gadādhara, Mukunda kohentar maner uttar. As Gadādhara stood there in awe and reverence, Mukunda revealed Gadādhara's mind. Vyavahar Thakuralo dekhiya tomar, purve kichu chitta dosha, janmila uhan. He said, doubts arose in his mind when he saw your behavior and opulence. Evitar prayashchitta chintila apane, mantra diksha koriben tomar roistane. In order to atone for his offense, he is now tomaristane. Sorry, I said tomarai. Should be tomari. In order to atone for his offense, he has now decided to take initiation from you. Vishnu Bhakta Virakta Shaishave Vriddharita Madhava Mishrer Kula Nandan Uchita. He is a renounced devotee of Vishnu, and since his childhood he has shown the experience of a mature person. Moreover, he is a qualified son in the family of Madhav Mishra. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase Shaishave Vriddharita is explained as follows. The nature of a boy is to be attached to playing, and the nature of an old man is to merge in the flow of thought born of experience. Although Gadādhara Pandit Goswami was junior in age, he was from childhood maturely thoughtful like an old experienced person. Shishu hoite Ishvarer Shange Anuchar Guru Shishya Jogya Puṇḍarīka Gadādhara. He has been a constant companion of the Lord since his childhood. Therefore, Puṇḍarīka and Gadādhara make the perfect guru and disciple. Apane bujhiya chitte eka shubha dine nija ishta mantra diksha koraho ihane. Please select an auspicious day to initiate him into the chanting of the mantra of your worshipable Lord. Shuniya hasen Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi amare to maharatna milaila vidhi. On hearing this, Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi smiled and said, I have obtained a precious jewel by the arrangement of providence. Koraimu ihate sandeha kichu nai bahu janma bhagye she e mato shishya pai. I will certainly initiate him. There is no doubt about it. By the good fortune accumulated in many births, one attains such a disciple. Eje aise shukla pakher dvadashi sarva shubha lagna ithi mili beka ashi. The most auspicious moment will be found on the next Dwadashi of the waxing moon. Gaudiya Bhashya. In every month there is one Dwadashi during the waxing moon. In every day 12 lagnas are found, one after another. In order to point out the particular moment that yields all happiness, the author has used the phrase Sarva Shubha Lagna in this verse. Ihate sankalpa siddhi hoibe tomar shuni Gadādhara harshe hoila namaskar. Your desire will be fulfilled on this day. Hearing this, Gadādhara happily offered him obeisances. She dina Mukunda shange hoya vidai ailen Gadādhara jatha gorarai. Taking leave of Mukunda on that day, Gadādhara went to see Lord Gauranga. Vidyānidhi agamana shuni Vaiṣṇava ananta harisha prabhu hoilo antar. Lord Vishvambar was unlimitedly pleased to hear of the arrival of Vidyānidhi. Vidyānidhi mahashai alakita rupe ratri kori ailen prabhur samipe. One night, Vidyānidhi Mahashai secretly came to see the Lord. Alakita rupe, unseen by him. Sarva shanga chari ekeshvara matra hoya prabhu dekhi matra puri len murcha hoya. He left everyone behind and came alone. As soon as he saw the Lord, he fell unconscious. Dandavata prabhure na parila korite anande murchita hoya purila bhumite. Out of ecstasy, he fell unconscious to the ground, even before he offered obeisances to the Lord. Kshaneke Chaitanya pai korila hunkar kande puna apana ke koriya dikkar. After a while, he regained external consciousness and he roared loudly. Then he wept as he condemned himself. Dikkar. Krishna re purana mor, Krishna mor bap, mui aparadhi re kote kade hotap. O Krishna, O my life and soul, O Krishna, my child, how much suffering you are giving this offender. sarva jagatera pap uddhara korila, shabe matra more tumi ekela vanchila. My child, you have delivered the entire world. I alone have been cheated. Vidyānidhi heno kon Vaiṣṇava na chine, sabe kanden matra tahar krandane. There was no Vaishnav that did not recognize the position of Vidyānidhi. When he cried, everyone cried. Nija priyatama jani Shri Bhakta Vatsal, Sambrame utiya kole, koila Vishvambar. Knowing that his dearmost devotee had arrived, Vishvambar, who was most affectionate to his devotees, respectfully got up and embraced him. Puṇḍarīka bapa boli kanden Ishvar, bapa dekhilam aji nayana gochar. The Lord cried while exclaiming, "O Father Puṇḍarīka, today I have seen my father with my own eyes." Tokhono se janilen sarva bhaktagan, Vidyānidhi Goshair hoilo agaman. Then all the devotees came to know about the arrival of Vidyānidhi Gosai. Tokono she hoilo sha Vaiṣṇava rodan, parama arbutta taha na jai varnan. Then all the Vaishnavas began to cry in ecstasy. That scene was most wonderful and cannot be described by words. Vidyānidhi vakshe kore Shri Gaura Sundar, prema jale sinchilen tar kalevar. Shri Gaurasundar held Vidyānidhi to his chest and soaked his entire body with tears of love. Priyatama prabhur janiya bhakta gane, prita bhoy aptata sabara hoilo tane. All the devotees could understand that he was most dear to the Lord. They displayed love, awe, and intimacy with him. Vaksha hoite Vidyānidhi na chhade Ishvare, leen hoila jena prabhu tahara sharire. Vidyānidhi did not release the Lord from his chest. It appeared that the Lord had merged with his body. Gaudiya Bhashya. When Mahaprabhu lovingly embraced Vidyānidhi, Vidyānidhi held the Lord so tightly to his chest that one could not distinguish their separate forms. They became one. Prahareka Gaura Chandra Achena Nishtale, Tabe Prabhu Bahya Pai Daki Hari Bole. Gaura Chandra remains there motionless for 3 hours. Thereafter, the Lord regained his external consciousness and chanted the names of Hari. Aji Krishna Vancha Siddhi Korila Amar, Aji Pailaya Sarva Manoratha Par. Today, Lord Krishna has fulfilled my desires. Today, I have attained that which is beyond my dreams. Shakala Vaiṣṇava Shange Korila Milan, Puṇḍarīka Loya Sabe Koren Kirtan. After being introduced to all the Vaishnavas, Puṇḍarīka joins them in Kirtan. Ihar Padave Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, Prema Bhakti Bilayite, Korilen Vidhi. His name is Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Providence has created him to distribute loving devotional service. Ematatar gun varniya Uchai swari hari bole Shri Bhuja Tuliya. While describing his qualities in this way, the Lord raised his arms and loudly chanted the name of Hari. Prabhu bole aji shubha prabhata amar. Aji maha mangala she vasi apanar. The Lord said, "Today my morning was most auspicious. Today I felt the presence of great auspiciousness. Nidra hoite aji utilam shubha khane, dekhilam prema-nidhi shakshat nayane." Today I must have gotten up at an auspicious moment, for I have directly seen prema-nidhi with my own eyes. Śrī prema-nidhir ashi hoilo. Śrī prema-nidhir ashi hoilo bahya gyan. Tokhone she Prabhu chini korila pranam. Thereafter, Śrī Prema-nidhi, Vidyānidhi, he regained his external consciousness. Recognizing his Lord, he offered obeisances. Advaita Devir age kori namaskar, Jatha jogya prema bhakti korila sabar. He offered obeisances to Śrī Advaita Prabhu, and then he offered appropriate love and devotion to everyone else. Parananda hoilena sarva bhakta gane, heno prema nidhi Puṇḍarīka darashane. All the devotees were filled with ecstasy on seeing Puṇḍarīka, who is such an ocean of love. Kshane ke je hoila prema bhakti avirbhav, taha varni bara patra vyasa mahabhag. Only the most fortunate Vyasadeva is qualified to describe the love and devotion that manifested at that time. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sorry, one second. Sri Krishna Dvaipayan Vyas is expert in properly portraying the pastimes of Krishna and the characteristics of the Vaishnavas. That is why the author has admitted that his own literary expertise is completely incapable of describing the characteristics of the Lord and his devotees. Only Sri Vedvyas, who made the world glorious by presenting such descriptions, is capable of performing the imperfections of the author. Sorry, did I say performing? I'm starting to get tired all of a sudden. Wait, only Śrī Vedvyas, who made the world glorious by presenting such descriptions, is capable of perfecting the imperfections of the author. One second, let me just take off this jacket. Getting too comfortable. Gadādhara agya magilen prabhustane, Puṇḍarīka mukhe mantra grahana karane. Then Gadādhara asked the Lord for permission to take mantra initiation from Puṇḍarīka. Na janiya uhana agamya vyavahar, chitte avagyana hoya chilo amar. I did not understand his unfathomable characteristics, and thus some disrespect arose in my heart. Eteke uhana ami hoi baya shishya, shishya aparada guru, komibe avashya. Therefore, I wish to become his disciple, for the spiritual master will certainly forgive the offenses of his disciple. Gadādhara vakye prabhu santosha hoila, shighra koro, bolite lagila. The Lord was satisfied on hearing the words of Gadādhara and said, shighra koro, do it quickly. Tabe Gadādhara deva prema nidhi stane, mantra deksha korilen, santoshe apane. Thereafter, Gadādhara took initiation from prema-nidhi with full satisfaction. Ki kohibo ar Puṇḍarīker mahimaga, Dadhar shishya jar bhakter she. Wait. think it's supposed to be here. Yeah, I think so. Ki kohibo ar Puṇḍarīker mahima. Sorry guys. Gadādhara shishya jar bhakter sheshima. What more can I say about the glories of Puṇḍarīka, who had such a disciple as Gadādhara? He was the topmost devotee. Kohi lama kichu Vidyānidhir akhyan, e mora kamya jeno dekha payatan. I have thus described a few topics regarding Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. My only desire is that I may see him someday. Jogya Guru Shishya Puṇḍarīka Gadādhara, Dui Krishna Caitanya Priya Kalevar. Puṇḍarīka and Gadādhara were the ideal spiritual master and disciple. They were both dear to Śrī Krishna Caitanya. Puṇḍarīka Gadādhara Duir Milan, Je pare je shune tare mile prema-vikāra. Anyone who reads or hears about the meeting of Puṇḍarīka and Gadādhara obtains the wealth of love. They attain prema-vikāra. Śrī Krishna Caitanya Nityananda Chanda Jan, Vrindavana Dasa Tachu Pada Juge Gan. Accepting Śrī Caitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus ends our English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya commentary on Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Madhya-khaṇḍa, Chapter 7, entitled The Meeting of Gadādhara and Puṇḍarīka. Jai Shri Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi Prema-nidhi ki jai, Jai Shri Gadādhara Pandit ki jai, Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Shri Mukunda Prabhu ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Anantakoti jai, Vrishabhanu Maharaj ki jai, Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai, that was beautiful, huh? Amazing. Okay, so tomorrow, that is our reading for today, and tomorrow we will read about, let's see, what is coming up tomorrow. One second, let me just open this up. It's Caitanya-bhāgavata reading, Madhya-khaṇḍa, chapter 8 is the manifestation of opulences. Let's see what this chapter is about. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be reading about how that says, this chapter describes Śrī Nityananda's stay at the house of Śrīvāsa, Malini's service to Nityananda in the mood of Vatsalya, Mahaprabhu's test of Śrīvāsa's love for Nityananda, Śrīvāsa's firm faith in Nityananda, Mahaprabhu's benediction on Śrīvāsa, Nityananda's performance of various childhood pastimes, Mother Shachi's dream. Oh, is that like when Mahaprabhu and Nityananda are fighting with Krishna and Balaram? I think so. Mother Shachi's dream. Mahaprabhu's invitation to Nityananda and Nityananda's lunch at the house of the Lord. Mother Shachi's vision of their opulences. Gaur and Nitai's wonderful ecstatic mood. Mahaprabhu's ride on the shoulder of a singer who sang the glories of Lord Shiva. The Lord's resolution to perform congregational chanting at night. The Lord's nightly Sankirtan pastimes at the house of Śrīvāsa, the atheists' various envious statements, Mahaprabhu and his associates kirtan behind closed doors, and Mahaprabhu's climbing on the throne of Lord Vishnu and his eating in a wonderful mood. So all that will begin tomorrow. That's the manifestation of opulences. Oh, and in 4 days from now, it'll be the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. So I guess we won't finish this chapter before Srila Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day, because this is 19,492 words. Anyways, I'll think of how we do this. Maybe we'll just, yeah, okay. Anyways, we'll have to think about it. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gadādhara Pandit, Gadādhara Pandit, Gadādhara. Jaya prema-vikāra, Jaya prema-vikāra, Jaya prema-vikāra, Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Kishore Prabhu?
Joy Nitoy.
Jai Nitai.
Jai Subrikar Shishi Durgauranga Gan Harivika Giridhari Radhamila Bihari Ranayana Radharaman Bihari Radhamadva Shishi Radha Braj Bihari Ju Ki Jai Sri Govind Lagvanath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai Jai Nitya Lela Pravishtam Vishnupar Paramham Sabri Vrajachari Varya Stotrashta Shishaman Bhaktiviyan Bharati Goswami Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Nitya Lela Pravishtam Vishnupar Paramham Sabri Vrajachari Varya Stotrashta Shishaman Bhaktiviyan Narayan Goswami Maharaj Paripavan Shaila Gurudev Ki Jai जय नत्य लील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति बल तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्य लील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति विरान वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय नत्य लील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति विरान त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नत्यालील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान गौरगुण स्वामी महाराज की जय नत्यालील प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति पाई पाप परि गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रमोद परि गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति रक्षक क्षेत्र गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रदीप्तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति द्वैतमार गोस्वामी परम गुरु महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरुदेव की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिशुमान जगद्गुरु श्री वृषभानवि द्वैत दास शल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय स्वापरिकार शैल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद महापरम भगवत परवार परमहंस अष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार गौर किशोर दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद सप्तम गोस्वामी अष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार सचिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वमष्टोत्तरस्त शिशुमार जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाशय की जय सूर्य कुंडवासी सिद्ध शिलमल सुंदस बाबूजी महाराज की जय श्री उर्विदास उदरान दास की जय उर्विदान आचार्य शिशुमार बलिदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय महामहोविद्याय रसकिशोर शिरोमणि शिशिल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर पाद की जय जय शिल रसिकानंद मुरारी प्रभु की जय शील रामचंद्र कविराज की जय श्री लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय जय शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय जय विश्वतार अरिका विशल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय जय श्री अष्टक विराज सुरजान नित्यानंद तुलसी गोपाल श्री चौसती महंत की जय। जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीवा गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। जय स्वरूप दामोदर रॉय रमानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ आदि गौर परिषाद वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि की जय। श्री पुंडरीक आचार्य निधि की जय। जय श्री पुंडरीक प्रेम निधि की जय। जय श्री ईश्वरपुरी गोस्वामी पाद की जय। जय श्री मारविंद्रपुरी गोस्वामी पाद की जय। जय श्री अंतरदीप मायपुर समानदीप गौतमदीप मध्यदीप कलुदीप ऋतुदीप जानदीप मातृ द्रुमादीप रुद्रदीप मात्मका श्री नाभदीप धाम की जय। श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय। श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय। जय श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर गदाधर जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोपीनाथ गोपी कपा गो गिर गोवर्धन वृषभ वनात्मक श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। जय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंगा सखी आमन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देव की जय। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री ललिता विशाख चित्र चंपकलत तुंग विद्या इंदुलेख रंगदेवी सुदेवी हरि सखी वृंद की जय। जय श्री आनंग प्रेम मंजलाल शेरूपल मंग राग विलस गुणरति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि हरि मंजारी वृंद की जय। जय श्री वृषभानु बाबा की जय। जय श्री कीर्तिराम मैया की जय। जय श्री राम भैया की जय। जय श्री अनंग मंजरी की जय। जय श्री नंद बाबा की जय। जय श्री यशोदा मैया की जय। जय श्री सुबाल मरुमंगल हरि सख वृंद की जय। जय श्री धाव भैया की जय। जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। जय श्री भगवती पूर्णमासी कुमार देवी की जय। जय श्री गोपेश्वर सरशेव महादेव की जय। जय राधा परन की राम श्री वृंदावन की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमार्ग जीव की जय। श्री तत्व विनाथ की जय। शिल प्रपात आविर्भाव स्थली की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। सर्वा विक्रम विनशन कुरे भक्त विक्रम विनाश श्री नरसिंह देव की जय। भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय। जय श्री चरिताम चरि संप्रदाय चर्याचार्य की जय। श्री मध्वार मनुज विष्णु स्वामी निम्बतिथ्याचार्य की जय। जय कर्मतरा श्री चैतन्य मार्ग की जय। जय श्री गौरी मार वृंद की जय। जय ग्रंथराज श्री मार भगवताम भगवद गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म आदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलियुग ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। श्री ब्रह्म गायत्री गुरु गायत्री गौर गायत्री कपाल मंत्र काम गायत्री पंच तत्व मंत्र श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्री आनंद गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समकट गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय परम परमन परमा सत्यम परमेश्वर पति पावन प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं भगवान जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन गौर सुंदर गराधर प्राणनाथ शिव शंबर मिश्र निमाय पंडित श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र महाप्रभु की जय। परमादयाल कंद गुरु आदि गुरु भक्ति स्वरूप शिशिल नित्यानंद राम हम लक्ष्मण बलराम की जय। श्री चैतन्य भगवान की जय। शिल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सराम सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद गौरी वैष्णव की जय। शेषन शिल गदाधर पंडित की जय। जय श्री गौर गदाधर की जय। जय श्री पुंडरीक विद्यानिधि की जय। जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रेयाय केशवस्य च Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatyaye Namo Namaha Mancha Kalpatruvashta Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Ram.
Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams. Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Shubhananda Prabhu, Champak Mataji, and oh, 1 second. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I just lost my thing. On YouTube and Facebook, I see there's Raseshwari Mataji, Sudevi Didi, and Ganga Mataji, and all the other devotees watching. Dandavat pranams. So tomorrow we will begin this next chapter. We'll be reading tomorrow the topics. I like in short, we'll be reading about Nityananda's stay at the house of Srivas, Malini's service to Nityananda Prabhu in the mood of Vatsalya, Mahaprabhu's test of Srivas's love for Nityananda, and Srivas's firm faith in Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu's benedictions on Srivas, Nityananda's performance of childhood pastimes, and Mother Shachi's dream. That's where we'll end tomorrow. Those are so lots of Nityananda, Srivas, and Mother Shachi Devi glories. That's what we'll be reading about tomorrow. Yeah. Does anybody have anything they would like to mention before we end the video?
I wonder when Gadādhara Pandit's initiation took place, because it's mentioned that it was during Dwadashi, that it was on Dwadashi during the waxing moon, but
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Dwadashi of which month, though?
Yeah, I know. That would be very interesting if that's recorded somewhere, like if we can actually know which month.
Maybe the Gadādhara Parivar knows.
That's like one of that would be such a cool thing, like such an amazing project, is because many pastimes the date is given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and different places, and so it'd be so cool to compile like a pastime calendar, so that we know every single lila that's been recorded, like the date, then we just have a calendar for that, and we can always be absorbed in what times.
That would be a really cool idea. I mean, the pastime of Krishna dancing on the heads of Kaliya, it took place on Baladev Purnima. Isn't that right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Baladev's birthday, that's why he wasn't there. Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that
and
would
then
be a fun project.
Mahaprabhu Sannyasa is recorded. It's on the calendar.
Yeah, it's not same day as Narottam Das Thakur's disappearance day, right? Or appearance day, sorry. His Narottam Das Thakur's appearance day, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Around there. I mean, the sannyas day. I mean, in some months the sannyas days of their Gurudevs is recorded. Like Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj's sannyas day is the Kadashi during Navadi Parikaram.
Okay. Huh. Maybe that can be your project, Kishore. You can research all the dates for all the different auspicious, like all the pastimes, and then you can. No, I don't know.
I don't know. No. Do you know any devotee who's like done like history or on the different parivars, like was written a book or something on different parivars or something like that, and like compare like what the different individual practices that they do?
No, but that would be very fascinating.
That'd be really fascinating. See like what the Advaita Parivar does, what the Gadādhara Parivar does, the Nityananda Parivar does, what the Narottam Parivar does, Shyamananda Parivar, Saraswat Parivar, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a really fascinating project. Probably a sensitive one though, also because everybody would want to be represented properly, and
yeah,
don't want to get too controversial in different things. But yeah, that would be a really fascinating project.
Oh, that reminds me of a question I had. Some Prakrit they say not to chant Ma mantra and Kirtan. Have you heard that before?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I mean, wasn't that like the whole wasn't that like why Parm Gurudev made a court case against Orolomi Maharaj?
that's exactly why.
Yeah,
One of the
and
reasons why. One of the reasons why.
yeah, yeah.
But where did they get that idea from?
I don't know, but it is a thing that lots of times they give more emphasis on Smaran than on Kirtan. Like some groups, some Vaishnava groups.
When I first arrived in Vrindavan, and they used to restrict that we left anyhow. We went in parikrama and visited the temples. All you hear was gong and the plate, a metal plate, ding, 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 ding. It was no kirtan. And the devotees from all over the world have brought really that's a big contribution. I think that the temple started to have, kirtanias.
Yeah.
But everywhere we went, there was none.
Oh, and if you
Except
wanted
for
to, if you
when we
wanted
went
to,
to Ramuna, remember? The Shamananda Prabhu's, Srila Shamananda Gosai, that
The Shripat.
there was a temple there, and the address, the brahmachari, was very old brahmachari taking care of everything. And he had instruments in a basket, and he was so happy to see us coming in. So we had a kirtan.
he did a
parikrama.
one-man band. He had
Yeah.
different things attached to his mridanga so he could play different things all at once.
But that's about it. The rest of the temple, there was no prominent
Oh,
kirtan.
if you wanted, they were talking, don't show me because I can't
I'm not
fix my
showing you.
hair. Okay. I hurt my arm and I can't fix my hair, so I don't like to be shown. But anyway, if you do a book on the different parikars, the way it has to be done by anonymous Das.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, because it is be sensitive topic. I mean, it is that is a, and also like a lot of the different. I don't know. That'd be a definitely a very confusing, like difficult project, but it would
Yeah,
be interesting. I would love to read it. That's for
that
sure.
would be really interesting. They also give Siddha Pranali in different ways.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Really, yeah.
Even that would be interesting. Before I leave, have you heard of Gita Gan? Prabhupada's book, Gita
Of
Gan?
course, I have it on my shelf right here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Guitar Gun. See.
Nice. Do you have any other? Do you have any other of Prabhupada's Bengali books?
No, just this one.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Prabhupada wrote like 2 more books in Bengali or 3 more books in Bengali. I wonder what they're about though.
There's a beautiful thing, Vrindavani Bhajan. That one's really beautiful. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Srivas, actually, if anybody wants to get articles by Srila Prabhupada, Srivas has been translating articles that have never been translated before and regularly posting them on bigdrum.us. And he has a whole list. He actually made a chart of all of Srila Prabhupada's art. He went through every issue of Gaudiya Patrika and found every single, and Bhagavat Patrika, and he found every single article written by Srila Prabhupada. And many of them we published in Raise of the Harmonists, and a couple have been published at other places, but so many have not been translated. And so Srivas has been translating them and putting them on the website. Just recently, he posted one called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Anyways, it's very interesting. So I highly recommend everybody go to bigdrum.us and find the articles. He wants to go through all of them, translate all of them.
oh, that's so excellent. Yeah, we subscribed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a book published with the Prabhupada Samrita? Because I've seen quotes here and there and questions and answers.
Yeah.
Is there a translation in a book in English?
I think somebody did it actually. I mean, we used to put the Prabhupada Upadeshamrita in the Rays of the Harmonist. We publish that regularly. We've translated a lot of it, but then yeah, somebody I don't know who it is. I think if you go on Amazon and if you type in Prabhupada Upadeshamrita, I think you'll be able to find it. I'm not sure
Okay.
what the translation's like, but yeah, it is available.
He sent somebody, I said, a godbrother, I believe, Raghunath. No, his name is Bhakti Rakshak Ashram or something like that. Maharaj, he sent me a quote, questions and arguments. Yeah, he's a disciple. Anyhow, it's a very interesting, very good response to about Jesus, that he is considered Jagat Guru.
We read that. We read that in a
Did you read that?
on Christmas Day, yeah. And that
Oh.
was translated by us. That was Reza the Harmonist.
Oh,
And,
great.
it's on purebhakti.com actually. It's like on the main page on purebhakti.com. It's the title is Jesus Christ as Jagat Guru.
Yeah, great. That's what I was wondering. If there was the whole book, it would be great to listen to that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a long time ago, there was a book published during Prabhupada's time. It was published in German, and the title was Christ, Krishna.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
And your father probably would know this. I think Rishabdev Prabhupada quoted the book. I read it before. I read it actually early 70s. It was called The Aquarian Gospel.
Oh yeah, I remember my dad talking something.
Yeah, describes the 14 years of that are not known in the West about the life of Jesus and where he goes to India and Jagannath Puri, and his name is recorded on stone actually, or something, in the temple, main temple of Lord Jagannath.
In the guest book.
In the guest book. Yeah. I think he was a student who was admitted or somehow. Yeah, Prabhupada quotes it.
Wow, very interesting.
He quotes the Aquarian Gospel, but he doesn't say the whole thing is bona fide.
Yeah, I don't know. But then again,
it doesn't have a disciplic succession passing it down, but
yeah,
a lot of it's valid.
Very interesting. All right, so I'm going to. Subal's waiting for me for Prasad, and so.
Oh, so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you for putting up with us or with me.
No, I'm grateful. So, okay, Haribo.